Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Fam, if it's your first time here, kindly hit on the subscribe button, like the video, and drop me some comments in the comment section. And this is Within the Day with Mr. Showbiz. And on today's episode, today Sarkodie did a Twitter space to explain how his team and Bob Marley's team got in touch to make this project happen. He said the first time they reached out to him, he thought it was people, those fake people who sent messages through mail to request for feature, but it is fake. So he explained everything. So you more go enjoy what Sarkodie said. I really enjoyed the space, and it was so fun. It was so fun listening to Sarkodie.
All right, so yes, as I was saying, when you told me about this, it was hard for me to believe because of where on the person involved. We're talking about the one and only, the Almighty Bob Marley. So I definitely had doubts. I thought it was coming from a place where somebody was trying to, like, you know how this industry goes, trying to like
Yep.
finesse something, and get us to do something that is not official, and that is the last thing I would like to do. So until we got in a conversation with the label, and they broke it down to us, and then we had to go meet some official people. Then I felt like this is actually real. Um, it's something that's authentic. So we don't have to worry too much. So I think I said this in the latest interview that we just released, that it was difficult for me to accept it in the first place, and I know you remember quite well that I was about to tell you that we should pass this on, right?
Yep, I remember. I'll tell the
I
story
was
after you
like,
finish.
Jay, I think this is too huge. I understand it. It's a great opportunity for us, but we're talking about Bob Marley. These are like timeless records that you don't want to touch. I'm very particular about stuff like that. But then you pushed me, you encouraged me, you got me to understand that they gave us the creative space and freedom to actually work on this. It was not something that they were like on our necks on what we can or cannot do. Of course, they had their input, but it was basically us working on the project, and they gave us the creative freedom to be able to do what we like. I know we're going to get into the back and forth and feedback, but yeah, that's basically how the conversation started, and then we started working on the project.
And also think, give having that creative freedom to, you know, go produce a record. As far as direction, our direction is so everything is pretty much you as an artist. It's not forced, or it's not something that you have to conform to something else. And I think that's what makes this feature very personal, because it is very much you. Um,
Yeah.
Production wise, you have MOG on the production. Why?
Um, when they said they were going to give us the legend Bob Marley's vocals, and we're talking about the original vocals that he did when he was alive, and that was sent to us. Um, I knew that to produce the best record, since they've given us the creative freedom, it will only make sense to work with the people that I work with on the regular, and the people that I believe are super talented and can actually kill this. And definitely, if you're mentioning production in Ghana at this point, you can't rule out um, the one and only MOG music, MOG beats, sorry. Number one, I told him that we have to go to London. We sorted out our visas, and then also my engineering. I needed Pussy G. Pussy G, I think, it's a spiritual thing. We have our connection. Pussy G is probably the only engineer who can ask me to take my vocals again, like for about 10 times until he's okay, and that's what I like because he's worked with me for a very long time, so he knows me on how I pronounce my words and how my tone has to feel, how the energy has to be. So it's just having the right people that will make me put out my best, and that was MOG and Pussy. And I know you're gonna get into what it felt like. Let me just add that because that's like in the same lane
Mhm.
what we're talking about. So yeah, we got to London. We had we had some time for ourselves to just marinate around and just catch a vibe, and then We booked the studio at
Red Bull Studio. The Red
yes,
Cat.
the Red
Yeah.
Bull Studios. The Red Bull Studios. That's where we did we actually listened to the record for the first time. We listened to the vocals. So, and that moment, I keep saying, it was very very deep for me, because even retrieving the vocals, it took us about 2 3 hours, because this is like old files. So to even access it took us a moment. But it was worth it. You're about to listen to Bob Marley's voice. Like, this is the real vocals, so it's worth the wait. So when we had it, I trust MOG for some reason, that I can tell MOG to do something. I don't have to worry about it. It's rare MOG would do something and we have to go back and forth and go like, we need to change it or something. You just say whatever you say, and then this genius gets it. So as soon as we had the vocals opened and we listened to it, it was very very emotional at that point. Like, I had goosebumps on me when I was listening to it. As it was a moment. I was like, this is Bob Marley's vocals that we are listening to. And the only challenge that I think when we opened the vocals I felt was, the timing is a bit
Yeah.
different. He did
Oof.
the yes, the reggae. So his how do you call that? Yeah,
Timing.
timing,
Yep.
or yeah, the timing was a bit different. It was live, so he wasn't like, it didn't. I'm pretty sure it wasn't like a timer that is on it. The tempo can run for a bit and then slow down a little bit. So trying to like catch um the timing was really hard. But that's when I don't worry myself, because I know I have MOG and Posse G. These guys are like, they work so quick. It didn't take. I don't think it took more than 30 minutes for MOG to figure it out and go like, this is how we're gonna do it, to catch the timing to suit us. Then he put on his headphones. I didn't want to hear what he was gonna do. And by the time he took off the headphones, we had the base of the production. I mean, the basic form of it. We added on after the vocals was taken, but then he gave us a starting point, and I was blown away. I was like, of course, this is MOG. Um, yeah. So when it came down to that, I knew that I had to take the record back and write it, because I wasn't comfortable doing that on the spot. And I remember, if you remember as well, I did few verses. Actually, uh, the verse that I thought was gonna be the one which me and you agreed on.
Yep.
We sent it. We sent it to the
I
people.
remember the feedback,
The
right?
label. Yes, the feedback was, they chose me because they want tree.
Too much
They
English.
want they.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They were like, they want me to do tree, and that's what they like. So I was like, wow. I was blown away, because I did a little bit of tree in the first one. Was so now the percentage was about 80% English, and then some tree in there. But then they were more interested in the tree, and then they said that is the reason why, they got me on the project. So the essence is for me to like speak in my native tongue. Is lovely when they hear it. So then I was like, okay, that is, of course, that one is like, we're good to go. So yeah, I changed that, but I think we did a couple of verses, like four,
Mm-hmm.
and then we decided on this one, and that's what the people are hearing now.
Absolutely. And as far as Bob Marley music is concerned, do you have a favorite? Is this your favorite Bob Marley record, or do you have a
Thank you once again for watching this content. My name is Mr. Showbiz. If it's your first time here, kindly hit on the subscribe button, like the video, and I'm out.